والله العظيم أنا لو ينفع أتباع لأتباع.
Well, this time Egypt's President Sisi didn't sell himself. Instead, he gave up 2 islands to Saudi Arabia. Of course, you're thinking, how and why would somebody voluntarily give up land? Well, Sisi's government says that the islands are Saudi land and that they're of no strategic importance. But if we take a closer look, it seems this is questionable. So let's break it down. The small islands are in the Red Sea's Gulf of Aqaba, between Egypt and Saudi Arabia. In 1906, the Ottoman Empire handed the islands of Tiran and Sanafir to the Sultan of Egypt. In 1948, when Israel was created, the islands drew international attention because the uninhabited islands are located at the mouth of Israel's only direct access to the Red Sea. So whoever controls the islands has leverage over Israel. For the next few decades, the islands were at the center of regional wars. In 1951, the Egyptian King Farouk closed the Tiran Straits, stopping Israel from accessing the Red Sea from its newly established port of Eilat. Then, in 1956, when British, French, and Israeli forces invaded Egypt, they took control of the strategic islands. But they were forced to abandon them after threats from the US and the Soviet Union. In 1967, Egyptian President Nasser asserted Egypt's right to the land, after which he closed the Tiran Straits once again.
خليج العقبة هو أرض مصرية، جزيرة تيران مصرية، وساحل سيناء مصري. إذا قلنا إن المياه الإقليمية 3 أميال فهي مياه إقليمية مصرية. إذا قلنا إنها 6 أميال فهي مياه إقليمية مصرية. إذا قلنا إنها 12 ميل فهي مياه إقليمية مصرية.
After the 1967 Six-Day War, Israel reinvaded the islands and held them until Egypt won them back in 1973. So you get the picture. These islands are so important that every time a war came up, the islands did too. Saudi Arabia's first claim to the islands came in 1957 under King Abdulaziz. Countering Egypt's closure to the Straits of Israel, Saudi Arabia sent a letter to the US in 1968 guaranteeing free access to all if it gained control of the islands. However, despite wars and international pressure, Egypt maintained its sovereignty over the islands and was not willing to give it up. But then came Hosni Mubarak, who agreed to a 2010 Saudi UN proposal expanding its maritime borders over the Gulf and Red Sea. A letter signed by the Egyptian Foreign Ministry granted its consent to give up both Tiran and Sanafir. So what now? 7 years later, Sisi has finished what Mubarak started. After welcoming King Salman to Cairo in 2016, he shocked the Egyptian public and announced the island's transfer. His decision was protested by judges, the media, and the people. But still, billions worth of Saudi investment and both Israeli and US approval appear to have sealed the deal. And now Tiran and Sanafir are Saudi's lands.